Good morning. If I needed you, would you come to me? Would you come to me and ease my pain? If you needed me, I would come to you. I would swim the seas for to ease your pain. In the night forlorn, oh, the morning's born, and the morning breaks with the light of love. If you close your eyes, you will miss sunrise, and that would break my heart in two. Ladies with me now, since I've shown her how to lay her lily hand in mine. Loop and Lil agree, she's a sight to see and a treasure for the poor to find. If I needed you, would you come to me? Would you come to me to ease my pain? If you needed me, I would come to you. I would swim the seas for to ease your pain.
Thank you, beautiful. And good morning. Welcome this 4th of July holiday weekend to you here live and to those that are viewing us live stream now and later on during the week on YouTube or Facebook. My name is Stephen Cleverly. I am your prayer chaplain on duty today, and also I am the Robin to Reverend Gary's Batman up here. If you would join me this morning and just kind of center yourself, and if comfortable, close your eyes and find that spot where the God spark resides in you, and may these words be your words. We pause in this moment to breathe deeply and enter into a greater awareness of divine life that we are. Individual though we appear, we are one in divine life, with one in divine love, with one powerful intention stemming from one mind. In this moment of awareness, we recognize infinite love is a magnet that draws us together. We are expressing from divine love as a unity of purpose. We take this time right now to remember all that is, I am. Breathing into this awareness, we know ourselves as expansive, purposeful, and divine. And so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Steve. I don't know that I identify with that man, but I'm happy. I remember doing Kanye, and it's my joy to welcome you here this morning. Unity is a spiritual community that fosters personal transformation for healing, for wholeness, and for that intimate connection with Do I need to retread that? Unity is a spiritual community that does foster personal transformation for healing, for wholeness, and for that intimate connection with the divine. We do this through affirmative prayer and meditation that opens us to realize our oneness with God. Unity believes all people are divine and equal without exception. Unity provides a safe place where we can come just as we are to explore that spiritual journey and our spiritual truth. Unity honors the light that lives in all religious and spiritual traditions, for that light shining through every stained glass window, through every mosque, dome, through every temple, cathedral, or church tent is the same light shining in us, and we call that light God. Now we know that what we experience is based on what we can imagine, what we believe, what we say. And when we say what we believe, we ignite a powerful force in the universe. So let's say this let's go the other way. This great truth with gusto together. There's only one presence, one power, active in my life and in the universe, God the good omnipotent. Is that mic working yet? No, it's not. Okay, well, come on over here, Steve. Wonderful board member and prayer chaplain today. And I'll give him the mic. He's going to lead us in that daily word.
Okay, our daily word for today is guidance. And if you repeat with me 3 times the affirmation, I seek trust and follow my guidance. I seek trust and follow my guidance. I seek trust and follow my guidance.
If you have a cell phone or a smartwatch, I invite you to send it into the silence, as it will get its messages as we're getting ours.
Okay, our vision statement, which is kind of the goal that we set ourselves towards accomplishing, is very powerful. And if you will repeat this together: a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening.
What a powerful vision this is. And as we do our core value, remember, these core values are the ways we will be able to successfully do our vision. Today, our word is prosperous. Let's read this together. The prospering Spirit of God now inspires me with ideas that lead me to bountiful prosperity.
And our sacred service volunteer of the week is Sherry Stead, who is one of our wonderful youth educational teachers. And we ask that you would hold Sherry in your heart and in the light for this week, and hold her up and just give her good thoughts her way. We thank you, Sherry. Thank you very much.
So good. Okay. It's one of those mornings. This is Diversity Sunday. We like on the first Sunday of the month to look at some of the observances that happen through the month so that we can hold that in our consciousness as we go forward. We like to start with our own. Our co-founder, Charles Fillmore, wrote an incredibly powerful book called The 12 Powers of Man. And in it, he highlights the 12 powers or faculties in us that we can recognize is God in us. And for July, it's the power of understanding. The color for understanding is gold. The disciple is Thomas, and the location is the front of the brain. The ability to know, perceive, comprehend, and apprehend. So let's wear some gold this month and certainly align with our understanding.
I didn't have gold, so orange is the new gold. Okay, our first one is July 4th. It's coming up here Tuesday. Independence Day, also known as the 4th of July, a United States federal holiday that celebrates the adoption of the Declaration of Independence on July 4th, 1776. The original 13 American colonies declared independence from Britain and established themselves as a new nation known as the United States of America.
I love this, man. And the 18th is Nelson Mandela's birthday. Celebrating Nelson Mandela, it was inspired by a call by Nelson Mandela for the next generation to take on the burden of leadership in addressing the world's social injustices. It's in your hands now. It is more than a celebration of Mandela's life and legacy. It is a global movement to honor his life's work and to change the world for a better place.
On July 19th is the Islamic New Year. This holiday begins the Islamic lunar calendar. It begins when the crescent moon is spotted. Since the Islamic lunar year is 11 to 12 days shorter than the solar year counted by the Gregorian calendar, the Islamic New Year does not occur on the same day of the Gregorian calendar every year. This is the Islamic year 1445 AH, whatever that means.
Pioneer Day, July 24th, is an official holiday celebrated in the state of Utah, with some celebration taking place in regions surrounding the states originally settled by Mormon pioneers. It celebrates the entry of Brigham Young and the first group of Mormon pioneers into Salt Lake Valley on July 24th, 1847.
And on July 27th, we celebrate the ever-popular Jewish holiday of Tisha B'Av, a holiday in the Jewish faith that commemorates the destruction of the Jewish temple that occurred once in 586 BCE and once again in 70 CE in Jerusalem.
And with that, we'll do our congregational song, Keep on the Sunny Side of Life by Ada Blankhorn. I invite you to stand if you're able, and let's sing.
So this song is kind of unusual in that it was a hymn, written as a hymn, but it became the first Americana hit for the Carter family back in the 30s. And here in New Braunfels, of course, we're kind of known as Americana music place because of KMVTs. But it also became popular again in that movie, Brother, Where Art Thou? It was a big hit again, so it's really cool. So please, I hope y'all will sing along. There's a dark and a troubled side of life. There's a bright and a sunny side too. Though we meet with the darkness and strife, the sunny side we also may view. If you'll just keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side, keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day, it will brighten all our way, if you keep on the sunny side of life. Oh, the storm and its fury rage today, crushing hope we cherish so dear. Clouds and storm will in time pass away. The sun will again shine bright and clear. If you'll just keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side, keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all our way. If you keep on the sunny side of life. Let us greet with a song of hope each day. Though the moment be cloudy or fair, let us trust in the Christ light always, to keep us everyone in oneness. If you'll just keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side, keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all our way. If you keep on the sunny side of life. If you'll just keep on the sunny side of life. You better keep on the sunny side of life.
Got to remember to talk into this. John, it's really nice to have you back. Apparently he has sung here, but not since I've been here, and it's really great to have John Whoople back. Well, it is our Freedom Weekend. Independence Day weekend is formidable for us, and let's look on the spiritual side of this. And so the title is Freedom to Be. Let's look at Scripture. Freedom is actually throughout layers in Scripture. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 17. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. Now, if we look at this metaphysically, where the Spirit of God is within us, there's freedom. This would mean that freedom is always available to us. So what is freedom? Anyone have any ideas? What's freedom?
The freedom to love.
To love. What else is freedom? Lack of burden. Freedom of choice. Freedom to be. Yes. All of these values are important for us. And if we can identify that we are free, don't we feel grounded, centered, energized, serene? So it's a good thing for us to look at how freedom to be is ours. Go to the next slide. This is Martha Smock's wisdom. I love Martha Smock. She's written some powerful books, and she was the head of the Daily Word for many years. And here she says, the freedom to be all that God created you to be, is yours, not someday, but now. Do not put off your freedom by thinking that you can be free only if some condition changes, or if some person changes, or by thinking that you can't be free till the children are grown or the bills are paid. If we're going to wait until everything's complete and done to finally feel and sense and know our freedom, we're never going to get there. We need to identify how we can be free no matter what the outer is presenting us. We could say that freedom is an inside job. It's one that we choose. And by identifying that choice, we are free. Now, Martha here is inviting us to claim, to own, to accept that oneness with God. And in that acceptance of the oneness with God, we are free. God gives us our divine inheritance is all that God is. And in that isness of us, we're free to choose. Now, the other reality is that we're free to choose anything we want. Let's look at the next slide. Because here, Viktor Frankl, who was a survivor of the Holocaust, wrote books and was a great speaker about choosing freedom no matter what's happening to you. And if Victor was able to find that sense of serenity in peace while being in a concentration camp, we can do it in July 2nd, 2023. Making a choice for freedom. And he says, between stimulus and response, there's a space. And in that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Now, I know this is true for me, that by having a regular daily practice of prayer and meditation, I know that when something happens, there's a beat, there's a pause, there's a moment where I can choose how I'm going to respond. That means I have full responsibility over what I'm going to experience, which kind of throws out that I can blame it on anyone else. Darn. Because it's so fun to blame it on other people. But in truth, we can't blame it on anyone else because it's our choice how we're going to experience it. Now, I have to admit, sometimes I choose to react because I know I'm right. And in that righteous indignation, I can yell and scream, and then guess what I still have to do? I have to stop, breathe, forgive myself and others, and come back to a response that's connected with all there is. So I'm still going to end up in the same place, but I can certainly navigate through life with less tangents into the yelling and screaming, into the gnashing of teeth and frustration and anger. I'm human. It's going to happen. But there is a pause. There is a space between something happening and your response where you have the power to grow and to truly experience your freedom. Now that sounds good, yes? It really is that simple. That doesn't mean it's easy. Freedom to be. Next slide. Reverend Sue Sicking was a powerful unity minister, wrote some wonderful, wonderful books. And here she says, your purpose in life is to live fully and freely. This does not mean unlawful freedom, but a purposeful life of interest, joy, and inner freedom. Now, since God gives us all of that power to be and choose whatever we choose, and truly that's unconditional from God. But in our human experience, if we make a choice that's power over, hurting others or ourselves, there's going to be consequences. That's unlawful freedom. But having a purposeful life, aligning with the spiritual life that we are living, making a choice to live for the highest good. And when we let go of all of the pain, we're free to choose differently. If we've always gone against the wall again, we can choose differently. And it might be an easier, softer way. Our master teacher Jesus said, "My way is easy and my burden is light." Thank God, because light isn't very heavy. Inner freedom is our greatest experience of that freedom. Choosing to accept life just as it is in the moment and live in that power of presence. And this is where we can experience that oneness. The truth about unlawful freedom is when I take advantage over other people, it not only hurts them, it hurts me. And it's in our oneness that we experience that. And there's a lot of that in the world right now. We're living in a world where there's a lot of choices being made that are not the best choice for the common good. And although we may not be able to rectify every one of those choices, we can be an expression of freedom in our life, and that affects the whole. So a great purpose of living our life fully is living it in connection with the God that we understand, with the truth we know, and being confident in the spiritual truth that's guiding us. And that's our freedom to be. Next slide. So I complete this talk by returning back to the wisdom of Martha Smock. And here she says, as you let Spirit take over in you, as you give your life, your needs, your desires over to God, the way of freedom will not only be revealed to you, but the will and the desire to follow it will quicken in you. As we allow ourselves to be connected to that deepest knowing of truth with regular practice of prayer and meditation, the way is made clear to us. I love that we get to take the time and energy to decide, what do we want? What do we need? And when we give that to God, God's the one that figures out how to get it to us. We don't have to figure out the how. It's hard enough just deciding what we want. So as we go forward this week, next slide, I ask us to do this personal exploration. So a couple questions. How are you experiencing freedom in your life right now? account for it. What areas really do you feel whole, complete, and energized? And the second one is, where do you feel your freedom is constricted? Where are you just holding on a little tightly? A little tightly. What's blocking you? Where does fear rise up? And then the last one is allow our prayer and meditation practice to find solutions to these issues. Again, if God's going to be the one to tell us how, if we've got some constriction, some block, some fear in our life, give it to God. How am I going to get over this hump? How do I experience deep peace in the center of this fear? And these and other questions that may come up for you might be the very essence of how we can embody freedom in our lives. And this is a good way to celebrate our freedom. So are you ready to choose freedom in your life? Good! I mean, you're not holding the mic, but I can hear you. Let's take this into meditation as John, next slide, will guide us with some music. And it's within this breath, this life, this love, this ability to choose, knowing that we're in the right place, that we're opening to God in deeper and deeper ways in our life. Inviting that Christ consciousness that stabilizes us, renews us, guides us. And helps us no matter what. We are blessed by this providence of God that holds this unconditional value for us. And in this moment, we turn within and open to God as we enter the silence. Oh God, we celebrate this day that we can choose freedom and be in alignment with you. We're grateful for this ever-increasing awareness that we are one in the light and love of God, and we are grateful. So as we bring our awareness back into the room, let's take whatever we've received in this meditation and let it guide us through the rest of this day. We might wiggle our fingers or wiggle our toes, roll our head. And when we're ready, we open our eyes. And then we'll say the affirmation that goes with today's talk. Together, 3 times. I am free to be all that I long to be. I am free to be all that I long to be. I am free to be all that I long to be. And so it is. And now we'll read this contemporary translation of the Lord's Prayer from Aramaic, Jesus' native language, to English. Let's read this together. Father, Mother, birther and breath of all, create a space inside us and fill it with your presence. Let oneness now prevail. Your one desire flows through ours as energy fills all forms. Give us this day our physical and spiritual nourishment. Untangle the knots of air that bind us as we release others. Don't let appearances make us forgetful of the source, but free us to act appropriately. For age to aid from you comes the glorious harmony of life. May these words be fertile ground from which our future grows. Amen. And so we're going to enjoy this special music with John Whipple, What If Today, by John Whipple.
What if today is all I have to give you? What if today is the best I'll ever do? What if today is all I can remember? Will you love me still? Oh, I hope you will. What if today is not followed by tomorrow? What if today must stand on its own? What if our days have been carelessly numbered? Can you remember how to be in love right now? And what if today turns out to be the last day? What if today is our last chance to say those precious things we should have said every day? Like I love you still, and I always will. What if today is all I have to give you? What if today is the best I'll ever do? What if today is all I can remember? Will you love me still? Oh, I hope you will.
I got a big mouth, but next slide, Owen. Do we have any first-time guests? Well, I know we have a guest who hasn't been here for a long time, and I just want to come over and have Ian share his name and where he's from.
I'm Australian originally. In fact, I've just been down there for a month. This is a post-COVID trip. Have a wonderful family down there, as I do here. I have 2 wives, 6 kids, and 11 grandkids. You want to know more about the wives, huh?
It's all good.
It was my everlasting pleasure and thankfulness to be very much part of the founding of this particular building, but not so much the church, the people. That was done by others. So I could rave on for ages, but thank you for the opportunity. And it's lovely to meet some old friends, and I hope to meet some more. Thank you.
Beautiful.
I'm sorry my wife, Mimi, cannot be here. She's jet-lagged, and she's cleaning a house right now. So
That's what I do when I'm jet lagged. Well, it's a blessing to have you here, Ian. Ian is one of the 7 founders of this church community, and they did build this building with their own hands. So it's a light to see you. And as you know, in Unity, we like to bless people. So next slide. We like to bless people, and the way we do that, we rub our hands together, which rubs our hands and connects with our heart as we say, "Dear Ian, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in you. Namaste." So excited. And with that, let's acknowledge, welcome, send our love and light to the people online. The camera back there, you can wave, blow a kiss. It's great to have you here right now in the live stream, or if you watch anytime while it's up on YouTube. So blessings to you, and you have a choice to be free today. Blessings. And now is the time in our service where we can choose what we want to give. This is also the first Sunday of the month, so we collect for the Focus Fund. And if you want to make any donation to the Focus Fund, please just highlight it as a Focus Fund donation. As we go inside and choose what it is we choose to give, it could be in the form of a love offering or a tithe, a donation to the Focus Fund, a prayer of gratitude, a prayer for this community. Set that intention on our heart right now as we say this offering affirmation. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and belief. It does good work in the world and returns to me abundantly. And with that, we'll do our walk of abundance. We'll come forward. We'll place our love offering, our tithe, our gratitude, our prayer. Let's just fill the shiny copper bowl with all that love. And then from the wooden bowl, take an affirmation for yourself. Go ahead and take an affirmation for someone else to give later on. Let's celebrate with the walk of abundance.
Well, I'm a bluebird. I sing the blues for you. I'm a bluebird. I sang the blues for you. I can thrill you like your red bird can do. Build a little love nest, get high up in a tree. We'll build a little love nest, get high up in the tree. Forget your old house finch, be my little chickadee. 'Cause I'm a bluebird, I'll sing the blues for you. I'm a bluebird, I'll sing the blues for you. I can thrill you like your red bird can do. I sing a song every morning, baby, have you heard? I sing a song every morning, baby, have you heard? Singing a please, 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 let me be your loving bluebird. Oh, singing please, 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 let me be your loving bluebird.
Next slide, Owen. As we bless these gifts, given with love and gratitude, we see them growing as the seeds to do what we do for our vision and our mission. We are prosperous. And in that, we are grateful. We also bless the Focus Fund that's restoring and will be restoring, renewing our facility. What a blessing. Let's turn our attention now to every prayer request in the prayer box in the foyer. And any prayer that's resting on our heart right now. Dear God, we're grateful. Grateful for prayer. Grateful not because it changes you, because we're changed in the light of truth and love and being. God, we're grateful for your lavish prosperity, your healing and wholeness, reconciliation and balance, serenity and peace. We are grateful, and so it is. Amen. Go back a slide?
Thank you. Again, my name is Stephen Cleverly, and it is my honor and privilege to be your prayer chaplain on duty today. If I can be of any prayer service to you, I'll be down in the front pew after the service. Please come visit with me.
So last week, I was at the Unity Annual Convention, and there were some powerful ideas and changes and growth and opportunities. And so next Sunday, following the service, I'm going to do a town hall and share those things. You have an opportunity to ask questions, and it was really a great week. And I'm also going to, next Sunday, tell you for sure that I promise to come back after my sabbatical. I've heard word, it's come back to Owen that people are like, are you leaving forever? No, I'm going home for a month to restore and renew and swim in that beautiful ocean. And I promise to come back renewed and ready to serve as I love this community. So join me next Sunday and find out what's going on in the Unity movement, and we certainly are blessed. Next slide.
Okay, on Wednesdays, we have our Unity Prayer Service, and that is from 12:15 to 12:45 p.m. here in the sanctuary. It is a half-hour guided meditation, and we ask that you bring your own lunch for during the summer. Then we'll restore the love offering lunches when winter time. So, but come enjoy. It's a nice way to take a nice break in the middle of the week.
Tomorrow night is game night. Yes, I have that enthusiasm for it as well. Game night is so much fun. Bring a game, bring a snack. And if you don't like playing games, you'll just like watching us doing that. It's really quite fun. So it'll be our freedom game night. So come join.
And today is Potluck Sunday, first Sunday of the month. And we ask that you join us following the service. If you don't already know what to bring, it's too late, just come anyways. And we will be back in the Prosperity and Gratitude Room.
That's right. Beautiful. And now, special music with John Whipple through Texas Tonight by John.
So I used to live in Green. In the 70s, I bought one of the little houses. It was that one on the far side of what is Adobe Verde now. And I wrote this song back then. I was having girlfriend trouble. And I thought it was over. And then turns out it wasn't. 3 kids later, 44 years. But I love the Guadalupe River. So this talks about the stuff, you know, the cypress trees and the silvery moonlight and the limestone cliffs and love and lost faith. There's a river that flows through Texas tonight. Under lacy cypress leaves, silver silky moonlight. It's a river that grows between you and me. Through the hills, through the trees, through my heart and to the sea. Through Texas tonight, through Texas tonight. There's a river that flows through Texas tonight. Through Texas tonight, through Texas tonight, there's a river that flows through Texas tonight. Two banks, two sides, separate at all cost. A river now so wide it will never be crossed. And lost faith cuts as cruel as a flood can be. Through the hills, through the trees, through my heart to the sea. Through Texas tonight, through Texas tonight. There's a river that flows through Texas tonight. And I've been to the bottom where it's cold and it's black. Our love struggled for the surface, but never made it back. I was wrong about that. There's a river that flows through Texas tonight, under lacy cypress leaves, silver silky moonlight. It's a river that grows between you and me, through the hills, through the trees, through my heart to the sea. Through Texas tonight, through Texas tonight. There's a river that flows through Texas tonight. Through Texas tonight, through Texas tonight. Adrift on a river through Texas tonight. Thank you.
Just beautiful. And John, you don't know, I'm a water baby, and that's a beautiful song about our rivers. And we can thank our online viewers. We're grateful for you. You are one with us. We are one with you. And go forth and celebrate your freedom. Namaste.